tendency to overtrade, your tendency to overtrade may have something to do with some other aspect of your life that really doesn't have anything to do with trading at all. And so when I made the comment earlier about what consistency really consists of, I mean, there's these underlying principles that you're going to have to integrate into your mind so that you can create those kind of consistent results. But in essence, it really boils down to how you live your life. And what the interesting part about all this is the great part, okay? Not the great part. The interesting part is that you don't have to, all this stuff that we're going to learn in the next 2.5 days, all this stuff that we're going to go through, you don't have to know any of it to put on a winning trade. Do you? Absolutely none of it. None. Zero. You can make all the mistakes in the world from, let's say, from the things that we're going to learn and talk about, we would categorize as a mistake, and you know what? You can do it, and it can still turn out to be a winning trade, right? That's the problem. See, the problem is, that's the problem with doing this work, is that this work can be difficult. And you're just always one trade away, one winning trade away of convincing yourself that you don't have to do it.
Or creating a new rule.
That's right. That's right. You can be making every mistake in the book and still be winning. You don't have to know anything about yourself. You don't have to know anything even about the markets to put on a winning trade. I've worked with many traders who started their trading career, and when I say they knew nothing, I literally mean they knew nothing. It just so happened that the first trade they put on was a winner. They said, okay, I'm going to buy. And it went up. And they had I've seen streaks of 15, 16 winning trades in a row from people who knew nothing. Now, you can put on one trade and not know anything. You can put on two, you can put on three. But eventually the streak's going to end. And we know that it's going to end. Is because eventually what's going to happen is that person's going to make an error. Generally, it's going to be a money management error, meaning that if I'm on a winning streak, I'm going to get to the point where I think I'm invincible. And as a result, instead of trading, let's say, 1,000 shares, well, next time I decide to trade, I'll put on 10,000 shares. And now, if the market just even goes against me a little bit, a tiny, tiny bit, I can go into a state of mind freeze, which is something I've never experienced, right? And all of a sudden, whack, wham, I'm totally paralyzed because this is just something I didn't anticipate or expect, and then lose a ton of money. And then say, well, okay, well, gee, if I could make money and I didn't know anything, just think about, well, if I learned something about the market, how much money I could make. And so I start buying books, I start buying trading systems, I start going to seminars, trying to learn all about the market. In essence, trying to learn about the market in a way that would keep that from happening again, when it never had anything to do with the market in the first place, ever. And that's what's really frustrating about all this, is that's why you see people who are absolutely wonderful analysts that can literally call market moves with uncanny accuracy, but make the absolute worst traders imaginable.